up, guys? It's your boy Barca Boy 103. Today we're gonna be doing the match preview for Barcelona versus Inter Milan in the Champions League. This match will definitely determine which out of these two teams will qualify outside the group alongside Bayern Munich. This is a huge decisive game for both teams, but of course more specifically for Barcelona. Our fate in the Champions League will ride on Barcelona winning this match. But before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get to 200 likes in this video. Be very much appreciated. And also, if you're new, make sure you subscribe down below if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Kickoff time for this match will be taking place at 9 p.m. local time, so your regular kickoff time in the Champions League, and this match will be taking place at the Spotify Camp Nou, which according to reports will be sold out. We are hearing reports saying that, there could be a Frankfurt 2.0. A lot of the socios are reselling their tickets. That is not going to be the case. Barcelona will have high security in this match. There will be multiple verification processes. There will only be 1,500 Inter Milan fans in the stadium, and they're going to be in the away section. And the referee for this match has also been confirmed, and it will be the Polish referee Szymon Marciniak. Let's start off by taking a look at the Champions League table, where Barcelona currently sit in third place in the group in the Europa League spot on 3 points. After playing 3 matches, we do have 1 win and 2 losses. Of course, those 2 losses coming to both Bayern Munich and Inter, and the 1 win coming against Victoria Pleasant. Now, the group is shaping up to look like a good battle between Inter and Barcelona. As we all know, this match Barcelona have to get 3 points. No ifs, no buts, no maybes. Any drop points in this match will pretty much guarantee Inter qualification into the next round, and I think also Bayern Munich will be going through as group leaders for sure. Now, keep in mind, of course, who Barcelona have next and who Inter have next. Of course, we have Bayern Munich at home, then they have Victoria Pleasant at home, and then we go to Victoria Pleasant away, and then they have Bayern Munich away. So, the last 2 games you could say for Barcelona, because of course we do have the Bayern Munich game at home, and then Victoria Pleasant away. But again, it will come down to who performs where. But again, this match, 100% a draw would favor Inter, despite the fact that Iniesta came out yesterday saying that, a draw would favor Barcelona. Well, I disagree. A draw would heavily favor Inter. Then we're gonna have to rely on the other teams, Victoria Pleasant and Bayern Munich. But if we want to rely on our own performance and our own result, we have to go out there tomorrow and get 3 points. No ifs, no buts, no maybes. It is crucial for Barcelona to get this win in order to have a chance to progress outside the group for the round 16 of the Champions League. Let's now take a look at our opponents in Inter Milan. As you all know, Inter Milan are one of the top teams in the world, and in my opinion, definitely have one of the top squads in the world as well. Their squad depth is ridiculous, and of course, the last time we faced them was last week, where we did lose unfairly 1-0 at the San Siro. Whether you want to blame referee decision or not, at the end of the day, Barcelona did not play well. We did not create too many chances, although we did dominate the match, but Inter did give us possession. We're live in the 4-3-3. Of course, some players in this lineup will be missing in this match, Andres Christensen being the case. Everyone else, most likely, I think, will make an appearance in the match tomorrow. And if you take a look at where Inter Milan currently are in Serie A, they are currently sat in 7th in Serie A on 15 points. After playing 9 matches, they have 5 wins, 4 draws, and in their last 5 games, they have 3 losses and 2 draws. Of course, in the last match preview, I did take a look at those 3, but let's take a look at their last match over the weekend, which was a 2-1 win over Sassuolo away from home. Now, they did play on Saturday, so they are coming to this match with 24 hours extra rest, but of course Barcelona played the Camp Nou on Sunday. They played the Camp Nou again, so I do think overall it still does favor Barcelona, because they have to go away and then they have to travel away again to Barcelona. So despite them getting the extra rest, they will lose that pretty much in the travel time. Now, surprisingly, Onana did stay in goal for this match. Inzaghi wanted to keep him, fully match fit. They did go with the 3-5-2 as expected. Few changes here and there, but we will definitely see a very similar lineup to this one. You had Dumfries coming back in. You had the midfielder Aslani coming in as well. D'Ambro started as a right center back in this match. They did make some few rotation Inter Milan in this match, but overall this match was very close. Of course, I think Inter went 1-0 up. Sassuolo brought it back to 1-1. It was a Dzeko brace in this match, so he'll be coming in on great form. But again, it was a very hard-fought victory for Inter Milan, but they did walk away with 3 crucial points. Now, on the screen right now is the line that I believe that Simone Inzaghi will select for this match for Inter Milan. Milan, very similar to, of course, last week. I think go with Onana in goal, a back three of Skriniar, Acerbi, and Bastoni, wingbacks being Dumfries and DeMarco, midfield two of Barella and Çalhanoğlu, with the attacking midfielder Henrik Mkhitaryan in front of them, and then a front two of Lautaro Martinez and Edin Dzeko. Now we do know that Joaquin Correa, of course, Lukaku, Brozovic, all three are out for this match. Big blows, of course, for Inter Milan, as do Barcelona have big blows as well. There are a few question marks. I think that core front five, you could say, is set. Barella, Çalhanoğlu, Mkhitaryan, Lautaro, Dzeko. We could see a midfield change. Maybe I can definitely see one of Mkhitaryan or Çalhanoğlu being benched. I think 100% one of them will start. I think very likely both of them will start. We could see Gallini come in, Asllani come in as well, but I think that core front five is set in stone. Wingbacks, big question marks, of course. They have great depth in the wingback positions. They have Matteo Darmian, D'Ambros, DeMarco, Gosens, Dumfries. But I think he will go with his two strongest in Dumfries and DeMarco. Back three as well. He does have some options. He could play one of those wingbacks as center backs, but he did risk Skriniar. I think he will bring him in. He could start the Fry like he did last week, but I think he'll stick with Acerbi again because he's been playing a lot recently. And that's a line that I think that Simone Inzaghi will select for Inter Milan for the match against Barcelona. So overall, final thoughts on Inter Milan. Look, we all know from last week they are a very, very tough team with absolute quality throughout their whole entire squad. Simone Inzaghi was under pressure a lot last week. His job was on the line, but now it's looking comfortable. He won last weekend against Sassuolo, and he beat Barcelona last week as well. Although if he does not qualify in the Champions League to the next round, he could be getting sacked maybe even before the World Cup. But again, so far this season, very mixed feelings around Inzaghi. There's been some good moments and some bad moments as well. Players to look out for, again, it's the whole team. It's just filled with pure quality. Please, I beg, watch for Çalhanoğlu outside the box. His long shots are freaking deadly. Free kicks, please block his shots. Lautaro Martinez, as we all know, is deadly in the box as well with finishing. And Dzeko aerial threat, of course, will be crucial for them as well. And also their wing backs in Dumfries and DeMarco going forward very well. Of course, when they're wing backs, they have the license to go forward and they can come back and defend as well. Three center backs, Acerbi, Skriniar, all very strong alongside Bastoni as well. And of course, Onana, a keeper that Barcelona wanted. He can pass up from the back spectacularly well and also is a good shot stopper. What Barcelona have to do in this match really is just control the midfield. If they win that midfield battle, I think we can do damage. Of course, be conservative, but also go forward a lot. You'll have the whole entire 100,000, hopefully, Camp Nou supporters rallying you up, and hopefully that big boost will be the advantage for Barcelona. But again, Inter Milan, over the past few years, tend to bottle it under pressure. Let's hope it's the same tomorrow. Let's now get into the press conference reaction of Pedri. As we all know, in the Champions League, a player always accompanies the manager, and today Pedri was selected. So let's get and see what he had to say. He was asked about the fans, of course, with this being a sold out match, that it would be a very important element for us. It will be like a final. Asked about injuries in the squad, saying that yes, we had injuries, we have a good group though, and we'll face the match with everything we have to try and win. He was asked about himself. He said that physically I am fine. We need to improve in several aspects of the game. We need to be better in a lot of aspects, and we can continue to collect more points during the game. We're going to the match like it's a final. We're going to try to do our best to 100% win. Enter a strong team at the back and with good rebounds as well. He was then asked, Xavi, what does he ask you to do on the pitch? He said, the coach asked me to try and progress the ball much faster, and we have to focus in every game, and that's what we're trying to do. We've seen the impact of our fans this season, and we hope they'll be there tomorrow to win. He was asked about Frankfurt, of course, last season. Let's hope that doesn't happen, of course, this season again. He then asked about his drop in intensity after the international break. He came out saying, look, we played several matches in a short amount of time. We have to continue with the methodology and try to continue to work as well. In the UCL, you do not get the results that you want, but now we want to continue working and also winning. He was asked about how do you feel the pressure for tomorrow's match. He said, look, on tomorrow we feel responsibility. We want to continue playing in the Champions League as long as we possibly can. Then asked about Lewandowski, saying that look, Lewandowski is crazy what he does in the pitch. Since day one, he's helped us to get better, and he's a very humble person as well. The away result last week was painful for us, but we deserved more from that match. And lastly, Pedri concluded off by saying the coach always asks us to enter the opposition's box, score goals, not only the job of the strikers. We all have to get in there and score some goals. And that concluded Pedri's press conference reaction ahead of the match against Inter Milan tomorrow. Time now for Xavi's press conference reaction, of course, alongside Pedri. He did this morning as well. He was asked a lot of questions from the media. Let's not wait and let's get straight into it. He came out saying that we know they are a defensive team and they defend well from the back. We are working hard in training to overcome that. This is a final for us. There is no room for error. We hope the fans will help us tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll have the opportunity at home. We are not in a comfortable position, but we are Barcelona and we have to do what we have to do, and we have to face it like that. He was then asked what was his message to the player. He said that tomorrow we have to be positive. Yes, there are pressures and difficulties. We are in an uncomfortable situation, but we will face it in the best possible way with courage and with personality, and we have to collect all 3 points. We're looking forward to the magical night tomorrow. We will continue to attack and be brave. He then asked about Pedri. Pedri said before that you have enough quality to players to win. Do you feel the same way? He said that, look, yes, besides the injuries, it feels very good. We have the quality to go out there and win. We must be particularly into our opponent's goal, enter the area and shoot from outside the box. We must be brave because only the 3 points can save us. So again, both from Pedri and Xavi, a lot of talk about shooting from outside the box. The fans got the message because tickets are sold out, and the Camp Nou will be erupting tomorrow. Let them cheer, and we'll do our best to make them proud. Again, Camp Nou apparently is sold out tomorrow, and don't worry, there will be a Frankfurt 2.0. The club are going to be taking full measures to make sure that does not happen. We have 90 minutes to go out there and do the job right, and we have to be calm, and we have to know how to attack well, put ourselves on the field, and from now on we are only thinking about 90 minutes to win the match. We have to analyze what happened, of course, against Cadiz over the weekend. I think we would lower the intensity, and we cannot let that happen tomorrow. The intensity and pressure should be there for Barcelona for the entire 90 minutes. He was then asked how would you like to win the match, 1-0, 5-0, however it may be. And Xavi replied by saying that I'd rather not win 1-0, but I'd rather win 2-0 in my opinion. Because of course some people are saying that if we do win 1-0, it's still not a big advantage, but we'll have to wait and see with that. He was then asked about, ending up in the Europa League or maybe even 4th place in the group, God forbid. He said that not qualifying out of this group would be a big disappointment, but we have to be positive. Tomorrow is a chance for the magical night with the full stadium. I'd rather be a player than a coach. So again, putting more pressure there on the players. We have to improve the communication between Pedri and Gavi or between the midfielders in general. Sometimes it depends on the free space. You have to attack more and shoot more from outside the area. Again, just more and more about Xavi pushing the players to shoot from outside the box, and he's not wrong. He's then asked about Jules Kounde. Now, the reports are this morning is that Jules Kounde will not be fit for the Clásico. I think Miguel came out saying that, but then Sport came out saying that Kounde will be fit, and Xavi was asked about Kounde. He said that Kounde may be ready for the Clásico. In such a match like that, in such a big game like that, if he's not 100% fit, we should not risk him whatsoever, but his recovery process is going well, and my expectations are that he will reach the match. So keep your eyes on Kounde this weekend. I'm excited to play a big game like this. We have to prepare ourselves in the best way possible and want to give the fans a special night. I'm optimistic, and we have a great opportunity. If we improve our performance, we don't have to talk about refereeing. Tomorrow is the time to play better and outclass them. We have to be more vertical in the case of the attack. They don't want to spend too many of the full matches in the defense, and we have to be more aggressive towards their goal. Then asked about Lewandowski, said that Lewandowski did not score against Inter or Celta. It's not just about Lewandowski, but it's about the whole team. Obviously, we expect a lot from Robert, but it's time for us to play good, all of us at once. With Robert, we have to search for him more. So of course, 2 games now, no Lewandowski goal. Xavi saying more so on the team, not the individual in Robert. Let's be optimistic that we will be positive tomorrow. We have to justify that we are here in the best deserved place possible. I hope our anger will come out and play on the better field and have an offensive match. Then asked about Frankie de Jong's performance in the last game, of course, against Celta, that Frankie de Jong is fine. He came with a minor injury, of course, that over the past few weeks. His feelings are good in training, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. He then asked about why has Lewandowski not scored recently? Is he being, isolated a lot in the match? That look, I think in Munich we had a lot of chances, and it was just about efficiency. In Milan, it was more about the difficulties, as we're far from Roberto, of course. We have a lot to look forward to, and his presence gives us a lot. And lastly, Xavi was asked about Jordi Alba and Ferran Torres being booed against Celta Vigo. Apparently when they got subbed off, they did get some boos. He said, look, the fans have their own opinion. We try to get them to help us win. I think with their encouragement, things are going well for us. And if that happens, the whistles again, the situation will be reversed. And that concluded Xavi's press conference reaction ahead of the match against Inter Milan tomorrow. Let's now get into the lineup predictions. We're going to start with the manager, of course, Xavi Hernandez. I'm going to try my best to read this lineup, but of course, in a big crucial match like this, anything can happen. He can switch for personnel, switch formations, switch tactics. So many different things can happen, but of course, I will try my best to see what the manager will select. I think he'll go with this lineup on the screen right now. I think he'll go with Ter Stegen in goal, a back four, Roberto, Pique, Eric Garcia, Jordi Alba, midfield 3 of Busquets, Gavi, and Pedri, and a front 3 of Raphinha, Lewandowski, and Ousmane Dembele. 2 big question marks, you could say, for Xavi's lineup. Firstly is left back. Who will he go with? Alba, Alonso, or Balde? It will be one of them. I think it will be Jordi Alba. We are, of course, calling for Alejandro Balde to start. I doubt it'll be Alonso after that disaster class he had last week. I think it's between Jordi Alba and Alejandro Balde. And I unfortunately think that Xavi will bottle it and go with Jordi Alba. Now, there are reports coming out saying that Xavi will start with a 4-man midfield. Busquets, Gavi, Pedri, and also Frenkie de Jong. With that being said, what will he sacrifice? A defender or an attacker? Because of course you could match a 3-5-2 of Inter, match that, or you can, sacrifice one attacker to have more control of that midfield. Like I said a few minutes ago, the midfield battle in this match will be crucial. I'm not quite too sure. I think if he is going to bring in Frenkie de Jong, I think he will drop out Raphinha and go with maybe 4-4-2, or maybe have Gavi as a left winger, then Bellerin as a right winger. We've seen that a lot, of course, back last season, and also back in the good old days when we had a lot of midfielders. We played, Iniesta left wing or Fabregas, whatever it may be. They're chucking all those midfielders. So keep your eyes on Xavi selecting 4 midfielders in this match. But overall, I think that Xavi will go with this lineup on the screen right now. But of course, let me know down in the comments below what you think Xavi will go with. Now I'm going to show you guys my lineup, what I would do if I was a Barcelona coach. And I have made 3 changes from Xavi's predicted lineup. Firstly, straight in there, I'm bringing Alejandro Balde. Ain't no way in hell I'm starting Jordi Alba or Alonso. We saw how much we needed him last week. Balde, 1000% starting for me. And also Ansu Fati. Whether he's fit or not, I'm risking him, and I would start him. Again, Raphinha not performing too well, and like we saw last week, Ansu Fati can be threatening. And finally, I wouldn't say I'm dropping Gavi, more so resting him. I think he's played 90 minutes against Celta, Mallorca, and Inter now. Gavi has had no rest whatsoever, and I think it's now time to bring in some freshness in that midfield. And I also think Frenkie de Jong going forward, driving into the opponent's final third in their box, is more effective than Gavi. I think Gavi's overall play up and down the pitch is better than Frenkie de Jong at the moment, but going forward, I think Frenkie de Jong is better, and of course, we need to score goals in this match. I would say Dembele at right wing, and I wouldn't bring in, Varane or Raphinha. I think Dembele was to be a big match for him as well. And other than that, no really other changes. You don't really have any other options as well. I was thinking about keeping Alonso at center back. I'm like, you know what? We can't be playing around, no experiments in a match like this. And that's the lineup that I would select for this match. But of course, let me know down in the comments below. Would you rather pick my lineup or Xavi's lineup? Time now for my score prediction. What do I believe the result will be in this match? Now, my official prediction is on the screen. Of course, I have gone with Barcelona to win. Brackets, I beg. I'm confident the boys can get the job done and win this match. I think a lot of things will have to go our way. We have to play a good match, but I do think in the end, Barcelona will win. Score-wise, I have no idea. It can go so many ways. I'm hoping that we can keep a clean sheet and go, win 2-0, 3-0, even a 1-0. I would take it. Of course, if we do win 1-0, it'll be 4 games in a row that we win 1-0 and, of course, lose 1-0 like we did last week. But I think it's going to come down to Xavi's lineup. I think Xavi, I'm not going to say he's under pressure, but all eyes are on him. We have not been playing too well, and his lineup selection so far this season have been a bit questionable here and there, but I think a lot of pressure on the manager to get the result, and of course on the players as well. We're already hearing excuses from the captains. Oh, Laporte's talking about my salary reduction. It's making me feel uncomfortable, blah, blah. No excuses. Go out on the pitch and get the result we need. I'm backing the boys. I'm backing my team. I'm going Barcelona to win this match. But of course, let me know down in the comments below what you think the scoreline will be. So that was my match preview for Barcelona versus Inter Milan in the Champions League. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course, leave me your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. The main thing I want to know firstly, of course, is your score prediction, and secondly, on those lineups. Firstly, would I pick my lineup or Xavi's lineup? What do you think Xavi would go with? What would you go with? You're the manager. Leave me all your thoughts down below, and of course make sure you guys subscribe down below as well if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the live watch along. Set the reminder on the screen and come and join me, watch the game with me. Follow share for the match, my match review. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Big game ahead. Absolutely nothing but the 3 points. Take care and Forza Barca.